Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yup, let's just get into it. And we can see that Bitcoin right now rallying all the way back up to 22,380. Again, I'm saying rallying all the way back up, but really this was just a move back from those wicks down to 20,000 this morning, and now we closed above this support line right here, which is this previous low that we got at the beginning of the bull run. A nice touch point there. So far closing above, and we can actually take a look at the 200-day weekly moving average, which is right here, and we are trying to stay above it right now. Again, what's really important is that we do get a weekly close above this line, and historically speaking, we have had some wicks below it once we have crashed. And we can see the little bit of a wick here during that 200 weekly moving average, or the 200 SMA, whatever you want to call it. And we did get a nice bounce from it after that. So a big correction down, 50% down. After that, we got a nice pump up towards the upside, a 28% pump towards the upside as well. And we can see during the March 2020 crash, we actually dropped all the way down to that 300 weekly. But this was a big black swan event. Right now what's happening is just a slow bleed in the economy as the Federal Reserve raises the rates 75 basis points today. Again, the market was forecasting an increase of 50 basis points, so hotter than expected in the rate hikes. But again, a lot of this was already priced in, as inflation picked up on Friday, so the Fed has to show some sort of resiliency in the markets. And actually this was bullish for the markets today, as we can see a nice little rally in the Nasdaq up to 2.5%. Right now the futures or the overnight markets are basically flat, not really moving. Let's see what happens tomorrow market open. Holding a lot of stock positions, we'll go over that in just a bit, but let's just focus on Bitcoin right now and what could be coming. Again, we're getting some nice bottoming candles right now, some big tails right here, which is really bullish in my opinion. I think we could be seeing a potential rally coming in the coming few weeks, coming few days, who knows. But right now you can see that a lot of the altcoins are pumping. And let's take a look at Project Elron. We did make a trade on this the other day, making another 30%. So congratulations to all the gold members. If you guys want to see my trades, you guys can join the Discord. So overall, we made a nice little trade right here. We exited in profit around $45, but overall we started reversing back down, and we actually came back down to our entry point where you could have entered once again. And this time, man, oh man, what a pump in Project Elron, up over 36% already. So coming down to this major support line right here, you can see why this is major support for me. We could zoom back, we go back right here. You can see that these previous tops, holding as support right now, or this previous top right here holding as support quite nicely. So overall, a great point to enter on Elron. Let's take a look at a few other ones as well. Actually, I'll just mention that a few of these altcoins are actually looking quite bullish in my opinion. You can see these descending channels, something similar that we've had in Bitcoin. This is a bullish pattern. Eventually this will break towards the upside. It's just that when is it going to break, right? Now we've been bouncing down in this channel for a very long time. Is it going to finally break and then start pumping back towards the upside and then go back to to its original price, or sorry, its original resistance right here around $36.81. It's very possible, but again, a pump from these levels right here is over like 100% move. So a lot of you might say like, this is impossible, this is never gonna happen. Let's just zoom back and take a look what AVAX has done in the past, right? Like obviously this was a bull run, but you can't tell me that 100% pump is a lot when this coin has gone up over 4,230%, right? So you can't really say that that's a big pump considered the rally that this coin has had. So a 100% pump, back up to here would not be the craziest thing in the world. It could definitely do that. It might even go higher depending on what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin could be recovering quickly, to 27,000 to up to 30,000 in my opinion. We can see that when Bitcoin broke down to these levels, we did not hold the support. We might get a retrace back to the scene of the crime. Maybe we'll come back up here and touch around 26,000 or maybe 27,000. Maybe we'll have a few wicks up here, and then we'll continue our move back down towards the downside, because ultimately I still think Bitcoin still has to go down. It's still got to break that 20,000 support. It will go below. You know, again, today I just want to mention, so many people were just so bearish, just expecting 12,000, say hello to 15,000, here we come. And you can see that, you know, complete opposite reaction in the markets. You know, everyone's expecting the markets to crash as the Fed raises the rates, but the complete opposite, and the markets pumped towards the upside. And it's exactly what I was thinking as I entered multiple positions yesterday in my stock portfolio, most of them in the money now. I'd say about, out of the 14 trades we're holding, I think about 11 trades are in the green right now. I can go double check, but most of them are in the green, and maybe we'll get some more upside tomorrow. But again, I'm going to be taking some quick profits on those trades, not going to be holding them for too long. And I expect maybe some potential upside for Bitcoin as well. We can see that the 12-hour actually has a nice green dot right here for the time being, but what I really want to see is a green dot on that daily time frame. But the 12-hour is looking very bullish right now with a 24 and a -5. Again, we're in that red and money flow, we're in that bear market, but you know, bear market rallies can come, and they can come very, very quick. So let's just be ready for that. All coins are getting some nice green at the moment. You can take a look at Solana as well, a very similar pattern. Similar to AVAX, just descending channel right now, and eventually it will break towards the upside. Again, not all these patterns are holding. You can take a look at DOT. We are in the trade of DOT as well, but DOT getting a nice pump towards the upside as well. Actually, DOT actually held the pattern. I think it's Matic or Matic trade. Yes, Matic broke down from that channel and actually went all the way down to 36 cents, but it could be coming back up, so just, you know, pay attention to that as well. I am still holding all my long positions for the time being. We did average down, so our average entry is not too bad. And we can take a look at Aave getting a nice bounce as well, actually breaking support as well. So, but let's take a look at some other coins. Actually, Infinity has been mentioning to me that the BNB could be a potential long right now. Yes, I agree as well. BNB could be a potential long. Maybe if it comes back down to $2,225, maybe I might chance along around that level. But let's just see what happens. Again, if I do chance along, it will be very small, just a small position size. But yeah, if it does pump, it could pump potentially back to this level right here, this previous bottom right here, which is around $267. If it breaks that, it might go as high as $322. So overall, a very big pump at BNB if that happens. 16% there, and all the way up here would be a 39% pump. Again, not unrealistic at all. But overall, if BNB does break, you know, you could take a look at this. It's just basically open air. It's going to be a collapse all the way back down to $40 in my opinion. But yeah, overall, great analysis for Infinity in the Discord. And that's the benefit of being in the Discord. You don't just get my analysis, you get analysis from a lot of other members who are also pro traders as well. So if you guys want to join in, see my trades, see the charts, you guys can join in the links in the description. All right, let's move on a little bit. Let's take a look at a few stocks that I'm actually holding right now, and we can do just a quick overview. Actually, we'll go all the way down here because I actually covered this with some of the members in the Discord. Carvana, a stock that's collapsed all the way back down to its 2020 lows. We did start a small position right here, just a starter position around $23, and then we averaged down around the $20 area. So our average entry is doing pretty good. And look at that move today, 16% move to the outside. Just look at that small little baby candle amounts to a 16% pump in the price. I mean, look how high this stock was. This stock was around $376 at its all-time high, and now it is down over 93%. An epic collapse in the price of Carvana. So absolutely insane. And actually, we'll cover a trade that we did recently as well in natural gas. So you guys don't just get the benefit of crypto trades, you guys get also my stock trades. And let's take a look at natural gas. Actually, oh, there we go. Natural gas is right here. What am I doing? Natural gas, been talking about this for months. An epic collapse was about to happen, or bound to happen, for natural gas as we head into the summer months. And right now, you know, you can see that demand drops, and you know, the price is extremely high, and institutions will eventually start to unload. And look at that candle that we got the other day, bagging a 30% for ourselves as we were trading KOLD, which is a leveraged ETF. Again, we didn't enter right here, we started entering around these areas, and then we averaged our position higher. So we just entered, you know, you had to, you know, start off with a small position, and then you can scale it up to a little bit higher, and then eventually you get an even better entry with a bigger position size, and then you get to bag in that big win. So 22% down probably. I think I bagged in 39% on that one trade. So overall, a very good trade there as well. A big move for gold today as well. A big pump towards the upside. Same thing for silver. Silver had a great day, up 3%. So precious metals are doing very, very well today. Again, the markets are getting a little bit more risk on right now as the bond yields start to pull back. The 10-year note collapsing down, I believe 5% today. But yeah, overall, if the bond yields keep moving down more, then you're going to see the Nasdaq start to climb up as well as investors get a little bit more risk on. But if the bond yields keep pumping towards the upside, then you're going to see, you know, the Nasdaq sell off, the S&P 500 sell off, which will in turn cause Bitcoin to sell off as well. But Bitcoin, you know, is in a bear market right now. Obviously, it's been like this for months. You know, we've known that it's been in a bear market since around these levels right here, right? Obviously, when it started to collapse down, but it's kind of funny when people are saying we're still in the bull market around the $28,000 level. I knew we were not in a bull market, but I was still thinking that we might get a little bit more upside, a potential pump before we get back down. Obviously, I was wrong. I have no problem admitting I was wrong. Obviously, I even thought that we were going to bounce from these levels and then get a pump and then reverse down, but I was clearly wrong. And then Infinity in the Discord was clearly right that we did dump towards the downside. But you know, I still have my positions open, almost back in the money. We're just slightly under right now, just a couple percentages point, and then we'll be back in the green. But overall, you know, use proper risk management, don't over leverage, and you know, leave your emotions out of trading. Once you get emotionally involved in your trades and it's just too much money, then I could definitely understand why some people start to panic when they're trading and they make bad decisions. So just be calm and take it slow, guys. Let's take a look at the hash ribbon, something I want to cover as well. So we could take a look that this is why I still think that there's more downside in the market. So when the hash ribbons crossed near that 50% drop for Bitcoin, when we were in that bear market, we got a 50% correction from that hash ribbon cross, right? Or a little bit more. I guess you could stretch it down to a little bit more. We'll actually adjust it all the way down here. Oh, I locked it. Okay, I'll just drag it down a little bit more. So it was like 50 or 0.80. Yeah, so basically 50%. So I actually think it might be 52%, but it's just basically 50% correction there back in 2017. And we can take a look at 2014 when Bitcoin, or 2014 when Bitcoin had its hash ribbon cross near like the middle of the bear market, or when the Bitcoin price was dropping, and you had a 56% correction in the Bitcoin price. If you're going to the wick, obviously, if you go to the candle close, it's probably around 51%, basically 50%. But we'll go to the wick, so 56%. Now let's take a look at where we are at today. Let me just copy paste one because I don't feel like making new colors and stuff like that. So where are we? Let's take a look at where we are today when the hash ribbons have crossed. So the hash ribbons crossed around this area right here. So we crossed around the $30,000 mark. This is when the hash ribbons crossed. I guess if you guys really want to get accurate, you could zoom in a little bit more, adjust it a little bit more to the top. So $30,000 is basically where we crossed, where the hash ribbons crossed, and we are now down 26%. We went as low as 33%, but I still think that we need to flush a little bit more. We could get down to about 50%, which would bring us around $14,000 to $15,000. Then I could definitely see Bitcoin, you know, completing its bottom around that area. It might even go lower. I still have some lower targets around the $12,000 mark. But again, you could take a look at the bigger moving averages, which will give you a better idea where Bitcoin could be bottoming. So around $16,000 to $12,000 would be my target for Bitcoin ultimately. But again, I still think we're due for a bounce. Let me just look at all this selling. Eventually, you will get a relief rally. It will be quick. It will be short-lived. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be a couple of weeks long, but let's just see what happens. Overall, I still expect a little bit more upside in the markets. I expect a potential rally in the Nasdaq before we start reversing back towards the downside. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq quickly. The Nasdaq, I mean, just look at these big gap fills right here. You're just waiting to fill this. Again, these will fill sooner than later, so it's better that if it happens this week and maybe potentially next week, that we keep on rallying towards the upside, maybe a 6% move in the Nasdaq. And then once you complete that level, or maybe once you get back to this previous high, then you can continue down towards the downside, because the Fed has raised the rates, right? Like Infinity says all the time in the Discord, this is going to be this will be an epic economic collapse. Like, people have no clue how bad this is going to get. They are raising the rates exponentially quickly. They're at 1.75%, and they have never raised them this fast. And eventually, I mean, I think they've already overdone it, in my opinion. I think housing will start to collapse. I think all the debt that they carry they won't be able to service it soon, and then the unemployment rate will rise, and there's just going to be a lot of problems. You can see that inflation is also not going to let up, because, you know, if you're going to fight inflation, I've said this many times, you don't fight 8.6% inflation with 1.75% interest rates. Right? You got to raise the rates to 6%, 10%. You got to raise them far beyond, you know, where the inflation is. But, you know, unfortunately, we've got too much debt, and hence the entire Ponzi scheme. So I still think that gold and potentially Bitcoin is going to be the best performing asset class of 2022, but gold is obviously my #1 pick. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Hopefully this video helps you guys, you know, get an idea of where the market is at. You know, we almost tagged 20,000. We got extremely close to it. So if we do come back down, we could potentially tag it, but we have some pretty nice wicks right now, a lot of buying pressure. So if we do get some upside, it could be coming soon. But I don't want to give you, I don't want to get your hopes up. So I'll always take my I wouldn't say my advice, but my opinions with a grain of salt. I think that's about it. Don't really have any more coins to talk about. If you guys want me to cover more things, you guys gotta leave a link in the description. If you guys want to support the channel, you guys can sign up for Big Get Trading, links in the description as well. And if you guys want to see my trades, the links in the description. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Oh yeah, and I just posted a video on TikTok, but unfortunately it was removed for child abuse reasons, but it had nothing to do with children. I already appealed it, so I'll keep you guys up to date if my video posts or not. Or you guys could go check my TikTok channel. Peace.